Hi, my name is Dexter and this is Dexter's Breed Show. Most people, not everybody, love the idea of being in love, you can imagine. That warm feeling of somebody else thinking the world about you and placing you above everything. Sounds so good to be true, right? But what happens when love goes sour? Then cliche starts flying, like men are scum. You've heard about that cliche. But are men scum, or are women just paranoid overreacting? Today I'm joined by two gorgeous women, both of them OAPs, and they've had their experiences with men. First is Mary Manuel Ekpo, single lady, gorgeous, and she has had the bitter experiences with men. Mary, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Okay. Next is Mrs. Maria Goretti, gorgeous woman who had her own downside with love on men, but before she eventually gave up, she found love in a handsome, gorgeous young man. And so she's a happily married woman.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here.
Let's start on the high note. I'm not saying you're the low note.
I'm good with anything you say.
Okay. Is there any reason to say men are scum?
To some extent, I will give it 40-60%. Some.
Sorry, 40 for scum or non-scum?
40 for scum, 60 for non-scum.
Okay, apparently you are married, so you have to tamper.
Not really tampering mercy with justice.
Oh, whatever it is.
Justice with mercy.
Okay.
But then I would say yes, from the way the society perceived men to be, you know, and what they have believed themselves to be.
What men have believed themselves to be?
Yes, after the society gave it to them, they accepted it. So it made it look like men are at the top of the world. Anything they do, they get away with it easily. And women always feel that, no, we are always struggling. Why are we the one always at the receiving end? Why is it that each time a woman must be the one to bear the sacrifice? But over time, as the world evolves and all that, women are beginning to find their feet, are beginning to find their faith,
voices,
and I say, no, I want this, I want freedom, I want this to be. And the men are saying, no, you are supposed to be there. Come down. And the women are saying, no, we want to go up. And at the end of the day,
a battle of the genders.
Good.
Maria, do you have an experience with men, a bitter one?
I had a lot of bitter experience, but I think I had a climax.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
A climax of bitterness.
A climax of bitterness.
Mary, what are you thinking? Calm down.
And I think that was, you know, in every movie, they said we have a climax.
Yes.
So I think that was the climax for me. I had it up here. In fact, I had given up, but thank God, if not for the Spirit of God, kept me going. That point at which I gave up, the Spirit just came. Hey, calm down, woman.
Knight in shiny armor.
God is always around. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I was just bringing my head to say, hey, you know what?
Before you could say men out.
As I just came out, I brought my head out. I want to come out. They just grabbed me. Hey, come here, ready to go. Come here. Come here.
So what happened exactly?
Let me put it this way. I was cheated. I was dumped. I was duped.
Jesus.
It was a 3-in-1.
By my gender.
Very wicked gender.
I'm sorry to say, but it was from the riverine area, something that looks like where some persons came from.
Sorry, did you just point?
No, I was just saying.
Please, we are talking about men.
Yes.
So two of you should not give us a reason to think that you people are crazy.
No.
So please, no fighting.
Pastor, I don't care.
No fighting.
We're not all gentle.
No. If we are saying men are scum, then give us a reason to know that it's not your fault.
You have not asked,
so just
and I can't wait.
Calm down.
Okay.
You know, when you
So what happened?
When you point one finger at someone, the 4 others point at you. So when we say men are
producers, please just get settled. I have a fight on this side. Please.
No, really. What I'm just trying to say is when you point one finger, the other one points at you. When you say men are scum with one finger, some are also pointing to you. We also participate, or we give rise to why men became scum to some extent.
Okay.
Why they feel it's their right.
No, I like her. She's a very balanced person and she takes responsibility.
It's okay, because the person who jilted me, broke my heart and killed me was from the Akwa Ibom side. And funny enough, my sister here is also from Akwa Ibom and she has also had her own experience. So you see, it's all shit.
Oh, you see?
Hey, wait, hey, that's finished. Let me just
so what happened? What exactly did he do?
Okay, I met him online. He was an OAP. We met in one of these OAP's platform and discussions. So we got talking, and along the line, you know, when we got to talk OAPs, we preach to people, but then nobody preached to us, so we have to preach to ourselves, and we fell in love, kind
Sweet talkers.
It was all good to go, and I had a bit of some health issues, so and he came over to support me. Along the line, I had a breakdown. I was rushed to the hospital, and there was a quick one. I needed to have a surgery, a quick surgery. If not, I would have some parts of my stomach in danger with all this, whatever English they were speaking, medical English terms. Anyway, so they had the surgery, but unfortunately for me, it wasn't a successful one. So I was asked to go in for another surgery within
a corrective
8 to 9
now.
months, to correct it. And funny enough, he was around. So before that surgery, it was a quick one. So I just did it, and I started paying little by little. So my friends, my churches, all the people that knew me, they were all supporting me, close to over 1.2 million. So because after the surgery, I had the pain for the surgery. I had the pain that I went to the hospital to remove, and I was just moving as I couldn't really move around. So he was doing most of the run around for me. I wouldn't lie. He was really supportive in terms of supporting in the house chores and doing some cooking. He goes to work Mondays to Fridays, wherever he goes to, and comes back weekend. I want to spend weekend with my lovely one and come off it. Any man that gives you his time, that chores time, a woman will definitely fall for.
Definitely.
Because not be all Nigerian men won't enter you inside kitchen now. Not be every Nigerian men won't help you clean cupboard or clean house. That's one not true. And of course,
wait. This whole house chore thing. Do you think that men who just come and want to warm their way into your heart with all those domesticated things, is it a red flag?
Well, it's not a red flag per se, but most of it are acts. Just to get in between your legs or to get something else, like she's explaining.
Probably because we know that the men of those, probably our generation or our age, we're not really taught house chores. So when you see them try to do this, we know they are just trying to get at you or get something from you. So probably they are acting, they have to go out of their way. But some are well trained though, because I have one.
Yeah, we can't negate the fact that some of them are well
genuine.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So at what point did he strike after the whole facade of being a nice guy?
Well, I couldn't move around, so I needed him to help me withdraw some money. So I gave him the ATM.
Oh,
pin.
money.
Yeah. So he started transferring money to the wife, to the brother.
Wait, wife?
Yes, to the brother, because it was the wife and the brother.
So he was a married man?
He was a married man with 3 kids.
Just of you.
So that's his job, that's what he does for a living. He is an OAP, but the other hustle, the side hustle he has is that it goes for single ladies who are well-to-do, who are actually doing well, go after them.
And worms his way into their hearts.
I'm telling you, he wins his way into their hearts, and he starts, I have this business. In fact, there was this a radio station he wants to build. He has the license of a radio station, so he wants your support. So he said he has 2 million. He needed like about 1.8 million to support. So I should see what I would do. So my mind was like, okay, let me be true with the surgery. After the surgery, I will definitely see what I can do. I have some good people, top people at the government that we can talk to set up the radio, or we can do loans. Yeah, at some point I wanted to do loan. I applied for a loan. They just refused to give me the loan. I don't know why. I even the loan was, I even put my medical condition that they refused. They just refused to give me the loan. If not, everything what it takes to get the loan, I have it. But they just refused to give me the loan. You know,
just give me a moment. Mary, do you think it's a bad thing to support a man you're in love with? Well, financially?
No, it's actually not bad, but it's risky.
Have you had an experience, like a sour experience?
Well, you mean experience as per that men has come, or for support? Because I will not support anybody.
Calm down.
Yeah, I used to be that kind of lady that loved love.
So what
I went all out. How will I tell you? But first, let me explain why I feel on the scale of 1 to 100, 99 men has come. Number 1, okay, let me say, S there stands for selfish. C stands for cheat. U stands for users, and M stands for manipulators.
So you're a professor in scumology.
I'm just telling you out of experience, because I've experienced this a whole lot, and I cannot lie. I've somewhat given up on love Yes, I feel like...
Is that not extreme?
Is it extreme? No, I feel like if you have experienced half of what I experienced, you will just tell yourself, perhaps your better half has died, or maybe God has just locked him up somewhere or something.
Or maybe thunder has fired him.
Or maybe, well, you know, but I have stopped that struggle. What I do now is to concentrate on myself, because first you need to love yourself so much before you can love any other person.
Self-love.
Yes, and when I said they're scum, all these characteristics I mentioned are actually what men do nowadays. You see that marriages are going sour these days. You see divorce here and there, here and there.
You think it's all the fault of the men?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's.
So
it's
what
all
did
the cause.
men do to you? What's your experience? Give us basics.
Okay, from the list, I would give you one particular one that's paining me to today.
Right.
Yes, but I as a Christian, well, I've forgiven him, but it's very hard to forget. But I'll keep telling ladies, don't do mumu. All right, when you're in love, carry your brain and go and do love. So this guy is from Imo State. Yes. Oh well, before now. 2
states down, 34 to go.
Before now,
that's in Nigeria.
I had my preference. You know, I was thinking maybe because they used to tell me, Mary, you have big height too much. I like them tall. I'm average height. Right? You can call me tall lady if you want to, but I'm average. I know that. Now, I don't like someone I have to look down to, or that we are the same height. I like them, you know, I offend them, just, you know, all those kind of stuff, you know. But this particular one, I'm like, okay, the mistakes that I've been making, maybe it's because I select a lot. Let me just, this guy is a wee little man, meaning he's a short guy. Yes.
You like tall men?
I like tall men, but this particular
man.
story, this particular guy, I want to see whether the problem is from me. No, sir, I'm just saying sorry. Sorry. I thought it was my problem. So I said, okay, let me calm down. But then you have to be intelligent. I am sapiosexual. I love people that I learn from. Yeah. Yes. So he's very intelligent. I know if you are watching this, you know yourself. He's very intelligent.
Wait, was your own guy intelligent too?
Very, very smart. A snake.
Okay.
Oh,
so I think the S too is smart. So all the scumbags out there are smart. Okay, so what happened?
Okay, so this guy is intelligent. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Tech guy, everything going well.
Tech bro.
Yeah,
you know, tech bros.
I drew closer to God because of this guy. Mary was praying for man. Oh my God, he's going for an interview.
Yes, now,
this work.
Mine was praying with me every morning. Even praying for the surgical part, he will kneel down, he will kabash. The spirit of God, if he did not come down, make you know say God, get one devil with the follow one angel, they fight for hope. The spirit of God is always coming down whenever he prays.
So he is smart and prayerful.
4:30 a.m. he wakes up. It's an alarm. He starts, you know, alarm. Oh God, man. No, nothing. Carry on.
Better what? I would have carried on even without you telling me carry on.
Funny enough, when you say emo, some persons are from emo, so be careful the way you say it.
Oh, okay, but it was okay to call her Bible. Okay, you see this lady. Okay, back to my story now. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Yes. So this particular love, I went all out. Yes. Now I'm always going all out though, but I was extra and intentional about this particular one because I was feeling like it was me.
But it wasn't your first love experience happening?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
The thing is, I'm not quick tear eye. Yes. Yes. I always looked like a very bad girl from the beginning. But I knew when I started doing for me, because I'm a Christian. I grew up in my we are Christian parented. And you know, Christian families, sex is not supposed to be, you know,
mentioned.
Yours, but it is the relationship of these days like this. I cannot lie to you, sir.
Calm down.
Let me just go on. So, I loved the guy. It wasn't my preference. It was even black. I like them fair. Yeah. No, but it was cute though. Yeah, it was cute.
So you like tall, fair, and cute.
Yes, that was my spec with pink lips. That would be extra. So this guy was the complete opposite of what I liked, right? That's why it pained me well. And I was cooking and then I was in Lagos. I worked in Maryland and it was somewhere around the mainland as well. So I'll leave my workplace because I left my sister stays on the island, right? I left Highland and looked for work on the mainland because of man. Yes.
Do you think that she is her mumu that put her in trouble?
No, that wasn't mumu. That was love.
Okay, you are saying that you did something like that too.
Even worse.
We go all out.
No, we go all out. That's women. If women want to love, they love with their life. Not just their head.
Oh, it's okay. Let me finish my life story.
I know, continue your life
Thank
story,
you.
but just that don't die in it, sir.
What is paining me is that me that don't like to wash clothes for anybody. I don't even like washing my clothes in the first place. I wash his boxers. I cooked. Then the one that paid me, his mother came from him was dead. And then she will always call me, my daughter, I want to eat this. Sir, we don't eat ogbono in my house, but I prepared ogbono soup for the first time. Rushed from work, opened YouTube, cook, and it was sweet. And she was, all happy, and I didn't even know that they did first place. This marriage, tribal stuff is still in Nigeria. It's prevalent in Nigeria till today.
Of course, Osu is still a very big
Auntie,
issue in Nigeria.
the woman is sounding like she likes me and all that, but I don't know whatever happened. Now let's even leave the mother part. After doing all this and all that, he cheated on me. I just went to his house one day, and my spirit just told me, go straight to the waste bin. And I laughed. Why are you telling me to go to the waste bin? And I just went there, and I saw a used condom. I'm like, okay, Mary, calm down. And I sent the picture. I started telling me lies upon lies. I'm like, okay, no problem. Let me believe you. In my mind, I knew it was you that used it. Let me just believe you. And I forgave him. And then another episode. And he was even a smoker. He smokes. But before we started the relationship, I told him, I don't like people that smoke. And he said he has stopped. Then in fact, because of me, I saw some, whatever it is, cigarette. Yeah, he has not stopped. I was still there, and I was praying. There was this job that I wanted to have at that time. I prayed. I knew it was my prayer. Because I know God answers. When he answers, I know it's very clear.
He was going for a job.
Yes, this is big
and you were
break.
praying too for
I was
him.
praying. Left my
Two of you
family
are very
problem.
spiritual.
I was spiritual. He was like me, like we shy away from all these doing churchy, but we like God. So when I need them to pray, Mary, you're praying, see, we are praying, no, we're thinking, and he got the job. Uncle got the job. I don't understand the changes. The story just changed somehow. And then the next thing was, okay, my mom came over to Lagos because he didn't want to meet my mom, so it will not be official. He sent me a long test. And then the bottom line was, you are too good for me. Who breaks up with a lady because she's too good? Like, it's so scummy like that.
This is crazy.
No, this one pained me.
Guys, the story is still unfolding. We'll be back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button so you get to know when new videos drop. Good to have you around. We're still on to Dexter's Bridge Show, and before the break, I have been speaking with Maria Goretti and Mary Emmanuel Lepo, and two of them have had their fair shares of the bile of my gender. I feel so attacked. On the next episode, I have a guy join me here because I don't know what's going on. But they've had very terrible experiences. So Maria Goretti, at this point, you were in between. You just had one surgery that went wrong, and the young man has been so nice, but he had been transferring money from your account. So how did you discover what happened?
Okay, when it got to 6 months, so the doctor, I went for checkups, so they said, okay, I should start paying little by little because it was a federal government hospital. So I think I had someone that came from Germany, so the man would leave. So I needed to pay so that they can put me in check with that particular doctor. So what happened was I went to the bank, let me do some transfers. Lo and behold, over more than 1.2 million. I was seeing less than 300,000.
Were you not getting alerts?
Wow.
He was with my phone. I wasn't with my phone. He was always saying, the doctor said I should rest. The doctor said I should not touch my phone.
Okay, so when I was about to do a transfer, you get the phone from you.
So whenever he's going out, he goes out with my phone and my ATM, so I should just relax and sleep. And me, Mumu, I will just sleep. Or they're in love. I will just sleep. Truly, I was sleeping and relaxing because it really helped me, because most times when I try to think of the surgery and all that, I tend to have BP. So I was trying to relax, calm my nerves. That was just it.
So you go with your phone, make withdrawals or transfers, delete the debit alert.
A nice show.
And you were sleeping.
I was sleeping. Only for me to go to the bank, and I saw one name, the wife's name. Because the name he answers is not the same name, not his real name. So when I saw the name, I was worried. I saw another person that has the same surname with the woman. I saw the name Asuko. I said, where did I do this transfer?
You'd have been sleeping since.
The next thing I saw was credit. Funny enough, the night where I actually had that info was that he transferred credit of 3,000 naira to himself. So I saw credit of 3,000 naira to himself, and
you mean call credits now?
Yes, I now called him. Did I transfer credit to you? He said, no, yes, I did. I transferred the credit. He was eventually telling me that I did all the transfers myself. And I'm like, even though I'm sick, I know I'm not mad. Jesus. I started thinking and thinking and thinking. I started having headache again. At some point, I'll be having migraine. So they asked me to just relax my nerves. So after the second, so what happened was at some point, after the second surgery, he now said he's no more interested in the relationship. Marriage came up. I was a Catholic. He wasn't. At first, he accepted. He spoke to my dad, spoke to my mom, spoke to some of my uncles that he was ready. He was. He doesn't even want the church he was going to. He wants to become Catholic. His parents were Cherubim and Seraphim. They are all dead. So he wants to live a new life. So immediately after the surgery, that my dad was now talking about the marriage again, he just suddenly just died.
Not interested anymore.
Not interested anymore. So that was the trick he used. That's the trick.
But at this point, you discovered the transfers. And he told you that you did
I didn't know
yourself.
it was his wife. The only one I knew was the 3,000 naira own. So my friend saw a video or a story online, and she was like
about him.
About him, but she wasn't so sure he was the one. But because I told her we are having the marital issues, whether he will or whether he will not, the same issue the lady that brought him out online, was having. So she now called me that, am I sure I know this guy very well? I said, yes. Even I called his radio people back then. They said they know him. This is this and this is that. So it's okay. There was something she saw online. And at first, she never wanted me to read it. So she came to my house. And after much pressure, she was restless. I said, what is the problem? She was forced to show me. Of course, when she showed me, I fainted. I said, it's not true. Wow. Definitely, it wasn't him. Now, when I called to find out from him, he blocked me.
Wow.
Because he knew I had known. So he blocked me completely. So after much time, so there was a particular money at first, immediately after the surgery, that I gave him at first. Because then I was just waiting, because he said one business. So hoping the business will yield more money. Since I was still looking for money. So that was about, I think, 320,000. So I insisted that he should please give it back to me, because he said he was going to Ghana to go get some things. That money was one story to another story. So I insisted he should give it back to me. He kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I said I borrowed that money. The people I borrowed the money from, they're after me. So he was like, no. So at some point, I just gave up. So I spoke to the PPRO of place, and he was like, this guy is scamming you. I said, it's a lie. He now said, okay, let me show you his details. They just checked the criminal stuff about records, and his details was just there online.
Wait, you mean that the Nigerian police actually can
somebody was looking for him. Yeah, so the person posted his name, sent his name to the police. They were looking for him. So it's so unfortunate that I fell a victim to his trap. So they were looking for him. So immediately they just typed his name. His name showed in one of their papers that they were looking for him in Abuja.
Oh wow.
There was one lady he duped. That one has cars. That one has a house. He took the lady's laptop, a car, and one other something tech. I've forgotten. I think not flash, something so small, I've forgotten what it is. So the lady, because of her position, she works in an oil firm, she doesn't want her name out there. So she had to withdraw. So she just reported to the police and let the police do their job. So immediately they got his name, so they saw his name as someone they are looking for. So what I just did, I just spoke to the police. So if police won't work, police they work. No, our police are top notch.
Yeah, I'm aware. So if the Nigerian police wants to dig something out, they are actually
so I kept praying. I was like, I was now suffering the pain of the surgery. I was now suffering the pain of the surgery about to
the second surgery.
I was not suffering the pain of heartbreak. I didn't even know the one I was suffering, but I knew I was suffering. I needed to just come out. I was all in it. So
at this point, he had blocked you and stopped communicating.
He had blocked me and stopped communicating. So one day, I kept praying and praying. I don't know whether it was the Spirit of God or so. He just sent me a message. He's so sorry for everything. He doesn't want trouble anymore. He wants to come and apologize. That the truth was that he had one accident and so blah, blah, blah. I knew he was married then. But he never knew
that you had known this about him.
And I said, okay, if that be the case, no problem, but let him give me some time because he has really hurt me. So I now told the police people, then I said, I should play along. I said, I cannot play along. I can't be with, he said, play along. Can't be with a scummy one.
Your blood, the hot.
Play along. So after like 3 days, I now sent him a message. It's only God that, we all are sinners. It's only God that we can ask for forgiveness. But then, I forgive you and let it be. I'm also a sinner. But since you have done it and you want us to start afresh, please, no more lies, no more cheating, everything. And I want some of my money back. But then, if you want us to start together, we can build together. But first, we have to speak to my dad. He said, okay, no problem. I called my dad and I told my dad everything. My dad said, play along. I said, okay. He called my dad. My dad was angry, ranted, blah, 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 blah. He thought it was all a good game. So he fell into our trap. So he came, even before he came, he would tell me, he'll come today, come tomorrow, come today,
and
giving me one to tell you that he was a smart guy. So he was just trying to press button to see if I probably get some persons or so. And the day he came, he wanted me to be on air. I was on air, on radio, talking. So he heard me on radio to be sure I was on radio before he came, so that nobody would be on ground. Unfortunately for him, I had already placed policemen in my compound. So most of them were the Megads. Most of them were the security personnel. So he went into the room upstairs, had cooked my usual way. I cooked, I had some other things. I dropped 2 clothes for him on the bed and I was like, this is you. I think that was close to the Easter period. This is your gift on the bed. So I was on radio.
You can't be this nice.
I can't be that nice.
I was on radio, I was talking. When I mean this guy is a snake, he's a snake. You want to kill a snake, you must act like a snake. I'm telling you. So I immediately saw those things. He was like, oh, he brought some things for me too. He brought some clothes, funny enough, for Krika, second hand. So he brought some things for me, all the same. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. So I was now talking on radio, and I said it on radio. There's this friend of mine, I've not seen him for a long while. I'm so excited to meet him, but then, all the same, have a nice day, blah, 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 blah. The program ended. So, and he was like, hi, are you coming? I said, no, just hold on. My boss is around. I just want to discuss some things with him. My boss is around. My boss was around. And there was a knock. Knock, knock. Hello? Who is that? Sorry, the landlady. Say, sorry, the owner of the house is not around. Please, when she comes, who are you? Let me see you. And this when she comes back, tell her I want to see her. But please, let me see you. As he opened the door, the police just came in and he was rounded up. And they took him. After all the lies, he said he doesn't know me. He said he didn't know me from anywhere. That was lying. That he's a married man with 3 kids. He's a well-to-do man. That I'm just someone who wants to impose myself on him. I saw him, blah, blah, blah. This, I love sex.
And where did he claim they arrested him? On the streets?
He said I actually called him to do a job for him.
Wow.
He's a plumber.
Yeah, that he actually called to do a job for me. He has something that
Manipulator.
He does
Calm
this
down, calm
tech
down.
design thing. So he said I wanted to design a program. This is also an OAP. He brought out his ID card. He's an OAP. He was telling the police like this, blah 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 blah. When we now go to the headquarters, we went to see the commissioner. So that was where I had to show them my surgical line. And it was still fresh then. So like, wow. Oga, you say you don't know this man. Say no problem. Okay. Since you don't know this man, these are the names I saw on my account that transferred money. I don't know. I did not transfer money to them. Please arrest these people. During the arrest, guess what? One was the wife, one was the brother, and the new account he opened for the son, he had already dropped about 120,000 inside the account.
From your money?
From my money. So I said they should arrest Gbogbo Tigbo. So it was that point he gave up, like, please, these are my family. I should let them be. I should deal with him.
Oh, really?
So they allowed him to go after a while. The father is a retired policeman. He was brought up in the barracks. He's a policeman, so he knows all the police tricks. So he agreed he will pay, he will pay, he will pay. So they allowed him. Commissioner said they should allow him, should grant him bail. He left without paying a dime, that he will pay. After he will pay, he will pay. He refused to pay. Only for him to tell me that the policeman, the inspector in charge of the case, he had given the man part of the money, that the policeman ate the money. Because I was supposed to pay to the police. Police will send everything back to me. I refused to have any connection with him. You know, say police. One thing where you go do be say you use police, they tell lie. At that time, they would tell you, say, they sabi the work where they do. So the policeman was at the middle. The commissioner was calling him. They said they've given you money. He said, no, sir, nobody gave me money. So he wanted to vindicate himself. How will you say I'm a thief? You've given me money. Policeman went down to Akwa Ibom and went out to bring this guy from wherever he was hiding. He was hiding inside one hole like that. Only God know how this policeman, this was 4 months after they arrested him the first one. They rearrested him again. That was the second time. They took him straight to court. From court to prison.
Wow, nice one.
Okay, nice. It appears Imo people are winning.
Oh well, I don't want to be tribal right now. So let's just leave it at. I mean, let's look at people from their personal
and not
behavior.
not drag,
because there are still good people in those areas. I mean, I know one man from Akwa Ibom State who loves his wife so much. Like, she is my mentor. Oh yes, I'm not calling names right now. I'm just saying. So it's the individual.
So what happened with this guy at the point where he refused to meet your mother?
Oh well, that's how our relationship ended. Yes. He sent me that text. He said, let's stop talking for a while. And I was angry because, first of all, if I was the kind of lady that, like, gives myself out to a guy so that he will ask me out, you know, go to pay me. I did do younger. A lady is supposed to do younger. Let the man chase you, not you chase the man.
Yeah.
Or even if you want to chase the man, be sure of the kind of person you are chasing. But I was the one that stayed on my own, and you came after you. And then now you're sending me a text that I'm too good for you. Who does that? This is what I'm saying.
Breaks up because you are too good.
Because you don't, he doesn't want to commit.
Okay. You see, guys out there, I know you think being a smart guy is being able to deal with a lady and do all your thing and get away and smile and make jokes out of it. But have you taken a moment to consider the damage you do when you play with women's hearts? Have you taken time to consider the damage you do? Have you thought of how these women mutate to become things that can even damage you in the long run? That you are building a dragon or raising a dragon that can destroy everything you stand for. Mary, what would you say is the worst thing that happened within this your story?
Okay, well, I have something else to tell you. I've been through a lot, right? This is just the last relationship that I actually gave my all to. Okay. Now, this is a secret, something that I don't really like saying, but I will say it anyways, because nobody is a saint. Now, I went to the university a virgin, graduated a virgin at the age of 24, 25. And my hope was to get married a virgin.
And remember, you told me you were from a very godly background.
And I actually promised my dad that. Yeah. So I met this person from Imo State again. And then he was like, he's going to get married. It was very serious and all that. Was very naive. What do I know? Then I was preparing for NYSC. Yeah. And then I went to see him. And then, you know. And you know the funny thing? After the whole thing, because he wasn't expecting that Mary will actually be a virgin. Yes. I was like, no, that's a period now. That's a period. Don't worry. That's a period. And I don't know how to beg anybody. So okay, no problem. I went back. I went to do my NYSC in Asaba. And I'm like, what? Why would I be doing big good girl? What? Even with that mindset that I have adopted, I still couldn't do some things that I wanted to do.
You still had this restraint.
Yes. I kudos to my mom and my dad. So, you know what I did? I prayed. I woke up by 12 o'clock, and I told God, "I'm sorry, I actually wanted to marry a virgin and all that, but something happened." So I'm giving this guy from now till when I would graduate. Sorry, when I would collect my certificate. Yes, something bad will happen to him. In fact, I actually wanted him so bad, and I went all out for him because I was thinking it's a love. I mean, it's going to be all rosy and all. Yeah. But he did this to me. Somebody that he loves so much, the way I loved him, will do the same.
And you were saying this from hurt, from serious hurt.
Yes, I prayed. And do you know the day I collected
And there was
my...
blood. There was blood attached to this.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful.
The day I collected my certificate, they just gave it to me. I received the call. Like anybody that tells you that God does not exist, it does exist,
Very
actually.
well, very well.
And I received the call and it was from them. Hello, Mary, please forgive me. I'm like, eh? Who is this? My name is la 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 la. Oh, so you still have my number? Mary, please forgive me. Something happened to me and I knew it was because of what I did to you. And I'm like, what did you do to me again? I thought you said it's my period. I mean, you're thinking I was just this loose girl because maybe it's my face. You judge people by the way they look or the way they dress, and it's very, very wrong.
Stereotypes.
A lot, yes.
Stereotypes.
A lot of people do that. People do that a lot. In fact, till now, I'm still being judged. You don't even know what I do. You just see me say, I too tear. That's how God. That's how I look. I mean, I don't like to look boring.
Especially if you have nails and you wear makeup or you wear lashes.
So the thing is, live your life the way you want to live it, and it should just be between you and God. So he called and was begging, blah 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 blah. In my mind, I've forgiven you, of course, but I'm a human being. I do easily forget. But I'm still saying there is something called karma, and some people don't even believe in it. But me, I'm a realist, and I'm also a child of God. I believe whatever you sow, you must reap.
But that's in the Bible.
Yeah, said. And I'm still saying, for all those that go around promising ladies, because there's one of my friends that even told me recently, there's a lady that did over 8 abortions for somebody.
And still in a relationship.
And it's not even, and I was laughing. Abortion normally dies, okay, first is a crime. And then before God is you're killing another person. And then again, you're going through the pain. And it's just because of one man. And then at the end of the day, did he marry her? Flash.
No, of course not.
And then you're saying men are not scum? Well, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there for the ladies. You just have to be woke. Yeah, you can't be loving in abstraction. How will I even put it?
Okay, Mary, sorry, let me cut you.
Okay.
Let me cut you. Don't you think that you are not getting to the point of overcompensation and maybe self-sabotage? Because from the stories you've told us now, you are apparently and typically a nice lady who have become a victim to men's bad side. But don't you think you are now pushing yourself over a cliff by now sabotaging yourself?
Okay, I would like to understand what you mean by me sabotaging myself.
Yes, because you are saying women should be woke, don't love again, don't do
no,
this, don't do that. Okay.
Never did I say that. I mean, God is love. And
Hallelujah.
why did God actually give Adam Eve? It's to compliment him. So we all need that. See our rib. How did they put this Bible? Sorry.
Missing rib.
Yes. I mean, everybody has that missing rib thing. I don't think my own has died. Well, if he's still alive, well, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry, Maria Goretti. let's get to the part of your story. Let's get to the part of your story that's interesting, because actually, Maria Goretti is all shaken up. That story is not some abstract. This is what she experienced. And like she said, these stories are everywhere. And these ladies have come here on their own accord, of their free will, to tell these stories. It's their story they are telling. No intention to blackmail, to defame anybody, but this is their life and their story. But you found love. How did you transition from this shattered, broken lady to finding love?
Okay, I think my dad played a major role here. When I actually just killed myself, that men are just scum, they're just nothing to write them about. Let me just forget about them. And my dad said, "Is your dad scum?" No, you're a saint. When you say men,
wow, that is very smart.
Men are scum. That means you
are
are
generalizing
adding me to it. And the same thing I also tell Mary. So
no. Let me add something. I said from the beginning. I said on a scale of 100.
I've not landed.
1 to 100. I said 99.
I've not
so
landed.
They're still sane people.
I've not landed. Let me land. Let me land.
I'm just saying.
If you say 99, that means 1% is my dad. So the second percent, where did you put your
1%
dad?
is also my dad.
No.
1% is my brother.
If you add your dad, hold on. If you add your dad, that's 2%. If you add your brother, that's 3%.
Generally, that's what we're saying. It doesn't mean the 1% is just one person.
Ladies, calm down.
No, you should know
Ladies,
that.
calm down, ladies. We'll be back after this break. These ladies have to drink some water. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button so you get to know when new videos drop. Guys, my studio is still on fire and these ladies would not be restrained. But I think they have solidarity in pain, so they can calm down at some point. But I have a few words for ladies out there and the guys out there. But let's know. Maria Goretti. Now, Mary, promise you will not interject.
Of course not.
Okay.
I promise.
Don't interject. How did you find love?
Okay, so as I said,
Your father?
yeah, my father,
Yeah.
I gave up actually. So at the end of the tunnel, I was just coming out of the tunnel and somebody just grabbed me. Hey, where you they go? You know, but before then, so my dad was like, if he's good, then that means there's a man out there who
That's
is
still
good.
a good man, yeah.
Now asks, is your uncle a good man? I said, my uncle is good, but sometimes he gets coins. He said, every man has coins. Don't you see me and your mom quarrel? I said, no, me, I don't want to quarrel. I don't want to fight. If he's not just going to make me happy, I don't want. In fact, I don't even want again. It's okay, calm down. You know, he kept talking. Then he called some of my fathers. They kept talking and talking and talking. So there was something one of my godfathers then said. It was like, if you believe in negativity, negative things will come your way.
The law of attraction, yeah.
If you believe in positivity, positive things will come your way. If you believe in making money, if you believe money will work out good things for you, money will come your way.
Hallelujah.
Monica.
If you believe that there are good men
Good
who
men
will
will
take
come
good
your
care
way.
of you,
Yeah.
who will take you to the moon and bring you back, if you believe they exist, they will come your way.
Amen to that.
This life na lesson or blessing. If it works well for you, then no, it is a blessing. Enjoy it. If it doesn't work well for you, take the lesson. Leave the rough edges.
And move on.
That's very instructive.
Thank you.
I have to repeat that. That life is either a lesson or a blessing. If it works well, it's a blessing. If it doesn't work well, it's a lesson. Either way, you are still winning.
I met my husband
Perfect
under 1 year, and under 6 months, it was all wedding and all that. My mind, I was like, this one, he go work, I be no go work. He go work, I be no go work. He work, he no work. He was just all over me. And I was like, after I've had, you know, the surgery thing, I told him, I didn't hide it away from him. In fact, that time, I used to say, hey, I'm this years old. I have this. In fact, I will bring out all my negativity. Just to chase them away.
Okay.
Some were running. Some will go and come back. You know, they bring out their neck and want to see, I used this single, make we try. Nothing was working. But the very first day I met my husband, I told him everything, all negative about me. For where? It was like, you're just pouring water on a stone. You know, I said all the things I said. Ooh. He said, well, he's not so, he's not working in an oil company. He's not working in this, he's not working in that. I beg. The next day again, he kept calling. The next day again, you know, he kept on like that. And, you know, when I told my dad about it, my dad said, just give it a try. And I said, and all the try, I've been trying. They've been trying me. He said, no, if you not try, I could try you. I say,
is your dad a philosopher?
You know, if you not try. Try,
you.
Try, don't try you. Why not try?
Try.
That's okay. Sense there for this one. Make I try. And just like that, you know, all of a sudden I started loving his ways, loving his things. And funny enough, we're not in the same city. He was in Lagos, I was in Enugu. He flew down from Enugu. From Lagos to meet me in Enugu. Person where you never see before. Eye boy to eye boy, we not see. Not to talk of eye girl to eye girl. But he came, we saw, we spoke, and 2 months after that, I went to Lagos. I met with him. I met with his beautiful family. It was like,
And this time he wasn't married.
See, what God has designed for you, e not get how the enemy want to put am. Waiting go be. Yeah. They always say, "Quest Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be." It has been written down, it will happen. I met him, and before you know, the bells were ringing. It was all a good story. It's not been so rosy, but then the better part of him were more than the other flawed part.
Because we are all flawed. Every human being is flawed, really.
60 to 40, I give it up. But then I think at some point, I said raising it to 70. At some point, it looked like, no, it's going back to 60. But then 70 has been stable. I'm enjoying it, and I'm still telling you, if you believe in positivity, you will get positive vibe. And that right man, you will meet him.
Mary.
Yes, please.
So, can you give us a profile of this right man? Maybe he is watching.
Well, the right man should first of all be someone who fears God. If you follow someone that fears God, to even hurt yourself, you go to fear.
Wait, please, let's define fear God. Because the two men who have dealt with you guys prayed, cooked, washed, did everything that classically should fall into that fear God.
Yeah. Okay, for me, I am not that, okay, they call it spirikoko, but I know who I'm serving. For me, someone that fears God is someone that still has a conscience. Like, you know, say, if you do something bad, you know it's bad and it will disturb. Like, you don't want to do anything bad to anybody. I think that's someone that fears God.
Okay.
And then someone that keeps to the tenets that God has said we should not do. You know, someone that still tells you, someone that knows that there is a God that you can call at every point in time, and he listens to you. For me, that's someone that fears God.
That's good.
Oh yes. Now you should be with a man who fears God and honors his parents, have respect for elders and all that. And most importantly, someone that I love professional men. Don't tell me you're a businessman. I'm not going to follow you. I'm not even going to listen to you. What is the business you're doing? Because we're living in an age where Yahoo is the order of the day, and most of them will come and tell you I'm a businessman.
That's fraudulent activities.
Yeah.
Yahoo means.
Yeah. So I think ladies should look out for people that can actually impact. I mean, someone that you can go to and he can educate you on anything you're asking him about.
Who are value oriented.
Yeah. Yes, please. Look out for men that can actually change your world, talk to you at every point in time. You can meet them for this problem, is solving it for you. Not necessarily financially, but there's that too. Yes, because money is very important in marriage. If she was not working, or if she doesn't have anything she was doing, the marriage will not be the way it is. Yes, money is very important too.
It is.
Yes. So follow someone who is financially stable. At least you guys.
Or financially independent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Financially stable.
It grows.
Psychologically he is sound.
Very important. Now let me interject there.
Okay.
This might sound like a tall order, but at this point, two things I would advise young people to do, ladies and guys alike. Get a toxicology screening. There are too many junkies smoking and drinking things out there. Number one. Number two, if you can do some kind of mental health profiling. I've heard lots of things. People who you are just sure that they are sick in the head. So don't just rush into these things. As when you're doing your genotype, doing HIV and all other medical checks, if you can get a toxicology screening and some kind of mental health check, because there are lots of mad people roaming.
I don't know. I want to add to that. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Director General, actually said fathers-in-laws to be should do a medical test checkup for their son-in-laws to be. Yeah. That's whether you like it or not. It's because these things we actually just leave and let it be are the things that are giving us problems.
Definitely.
It's not about the person is working in oil company.
Substance abuse is
even
crazy.
Those who work in oil company banks, we've seen them abuse and kill their wives.
Those who have more means can access even these expensive drugs.
Yes, even suicide. People are suicidal and they have everything they want.
Of course.
Okay.
And they're graduates. So sometimes you begin to wonder what.
There's no prejudice. There's no prejudice. People are smart, cool looking and all dandy and put together, but they abuse substances and they are sick in the head. So toxicology, to say the least, then if you can do a mental health screening for guys and ladies alike. You're saying something?
Yeah, I wanted to add for like single ladies like myself. I'll tell them there's this stereotype in the society that says that is when you're married that you're complete. It's not that. I would say you should love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, you're not capable of loving any other person. now develop your career, you have to be doing something. Therein lies respect. Men will respect you if you are a career lady, if you have something that you are doing. In fact, you will attract the kind of person that you want.
Your personality speaks for you.
Yeah, I would say do not force yourself on anyone.
Don't.
There's this trend of using pregnancy to hold a man. We go marry because of that, and then at the end of the day, there's divorce everywhere now.
Of course.
So I would say
even those who are 10 years married are divorcing. So your pregnancy is not even
know your onions, know yourself, develop yourself, pray, and then just leave it. God will bring the right one. As I am right now, I'm not really looking at any man. I need a man to make a no lie. See, even feminists, all of them, they need men in their life. Yes. One of the reasons why they are doing pepper body up and down is that vacuum. And that's how God has done it from the beginning. So I would say, don't kill yourself. Don't force yourself. I feel like when it's time, that person will come. But the time should be fast, I beg.
Okay, now I add something to it. I want to encourage parents. So the truth is that where we had the gap or the vacuum is just because we spend more time training the female child. Let's also train the boy child. We always make it look like the male child, they don't wash plates. Yeah. It's not their duty to sweep the house. All they need to do is when they wake up in the morning, either they follow daddy or maybe they do the grass work. I grew up knowing that women don't wash cars. But these days, sometimes I have to support my husband in washing cars to pour water to know how it goes. We grew up knowing that women don't drive manual car, but today, now manual that they teach people how to drive. That's why it looks like it's the men that will do all these things. These days, women started driving tippers. Because of what they told us when we were growing up, women's education ends in the kitchen. And when your child finish eating, tell that child to pick up that plate and go to the kitchen.
Exactly.
Do not allow the house help to come and pick up the plates for that child, because the truth is that is where we start building monsters, and those monsters will come to haunt us tomorrow. Yeah. So please train the boy child the same way you are training the girl child. Let them respect the girl child. Let the girl child respect the boy child. When a boy respects a girl, he will grow up respecting a woman.
Let me quickly add to what she's saying. Now, there's this Okonkwo factor. I call it Okonkwo factor that is being no please, no fighting. Now, you ladies have been doing so well all along. No fighting. So I called it the Okonkwo factor because it's from the novel Things Fall Apart. Now there, Chinachebe described how a man should be, and that's what I'm seeing. Most Igbo people, or even people from my state, I mean South, even the West too. In fact, the Nigerian man, because it's a patriarchal society, so they tend to behave like, I'm Lord and King. And you see, even a small boy can tell you, I'm the boy. So we should stop putting preference to male children. Look, children are given from God, whether a male or a female, now picking. So you should give them same training. I want to give birth to boys. I don't even want to give birth to girls. I will train them properly and in the way of the Lord.
I'm married into a 4 boys family. All 4 boys. They cook, they wash, they do everything.
Guys, now let me put this information out there. Number 1, there are men who are predators and they prey on women, and they are skilled in that evil art. They look for women who have lots to lose. So they come and prey on you, and they know you won't go out there because of a reputation. So you are the victim, but you still hold it, put it all together because you don't want to go out there. Usually, whether be it married or single men, they look for women who are vulnerable. So look out for such men. If you're a woman and you have issues with your husband, avoid that man who always wants to be the parallel or the opposite of your husband, because they're not nice. They just want to prey on that your vulnerable point. Number 2, women be a constant. I came up with this teaching a few days ago that why most young women have problems is that they are variables. Yes, your life is a variable. So you meet a guy and you're trying to adapt to his principles or stereotype. So you are going to keep blending and blending and blending. Unfortunately, the guy you are blending for too is a variable. So you would never get it right with him. When you change to be this today, tomorrow he doesn't know himself, so he's going to demand something different. So these changes keep continuing. But build who you want to be. Be a woman of value, of virtue, be a constant. Let the man come and meet you knowing who you are, and he can decide to be with you or take a walk. Number 2, be a woman that's constant. Number 3, have disclosure. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Yes, work to become a better person, but you are who you are. That is not a statement to put up with bad behavior or poor character. But I mean, if you have made mistakes, it's who you are. So just let them know this is who I am, and they can stick with you or take a walk. Finally, don't be with a man who is not accountable. A man should show accountability, especially in our patrilineal society. A man should have another man or another woman that he gives accounts to, that he takes instruction from. So you don't marry a headless man. It's only monsters that are headless. Then the God factor. It's not just a cliche or like a punctuation. I want a man who fears God. Go and see what it means to fear God. The first rule in Ephesians before the man love your wife and woman submit to your husband is 2 of you submit to Christ because you fear Christ. If the man and the woman fear God and submit to him, there will be no problems. There are bad men out there, but you can't have bad when there's no good. So there are good men out there too. So Maria Goretti and Mary Manuel, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And Mary is a smart, loving single lady.
Sexy.
Okay. Yes, I am though.
And you want to hit her. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and like this video. Yes, click on the like button now and subscribe to this channel. If you have a story like theirs or even more interesting story, head on to dexterbridge.com and let's get that story. Somebody's waiting for your story. Once again, God bless you.